Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Crazy Over Parties. Before we get started, you guys please make sure that you like, subscribe, share the channel with other creators, DIYers, event planners, or anyone you know that will love a good DIY video. So today I set myself up for the okie doke again. I have another outside balloon install. It is November in Atlanta. It's windy. It's supposed to rain later. So I'm a little bit nervous about how this garland is going to stand up. I just assumed this event was going to be inside because it was November in Atlanta. And when I got there, of course, it was outside. So on my behalf or on me, don't ever assume anything. Just ask. It makes your job that much easier. So I got my backdrop stand all put together. It's just a couple screws that you have to screw together to make it one. And because the event was outside, I decided to get some fishing line and tie the backdrop stand to the house instead of using bricks. So I tied fishing line to that one side on the drain pipe, and I was making sure that it was tight and it wasn't going to move. And then on the other side of the pole, I got one of our hooks and I tied it with fishing line. So it was secured in two places. And then afterwards, I went back and I secured it on a third spot. For this install, I was using 20-pound fishing line just to make sure that it was secure and that the backdrop wouldn't be moving. And if you've ever watched one of my videos, you know I can't go without my hooks. So I placed the hook on the house. No, it's not going to tear the paint off the siding. And then I tied the fishing line to that. And now I'm going to the other side to show you how I tied the fishing line to the house. I left the backdrop stand up for about 10 minutes before I added the balloons just to confirm that it wasn't going to move, and it was great. I am using Tough Tex balloons for this install. I am using midnight blue on the outside with a navy blue on the inside. So the balloons are going to be double stuffed for this outdoor install. So we begin by inflating our balloons, and then we're going to press it against our skin, taking some of the air out so we get that nice oval shape. We're going to tie the inside of the balloons together because we don't have to tie the outside for the balloons to stay inflated. And we're going to put them in sets of 4s. Even though it's not extremely hot outside right now, I still do not overinflate my balloons because I want them to be that nice oval shape. So I got asked in one of my previous videos about the balloon pump that I'm using, and it's an Air Force balloon pump that I purchased on eBay, and I will do a full review on it on another video. I love this balloon pump, but the only issue that I have with it is that when you're blowing up double stuffed 5-inch balloons, it doesn't work. So I ended up having to blow up my 5-inch balloons with a hand pump. And that can be exhausting and it takes forever. Once I got my balloons all blown up and in sets of 4, I then tied one set of 4 to another set of 4, and I'm starting my garland. So I'm having 8 balloons in one now. Working with the chrome balloons, it's a little bit harder to tie the necks together than compared to just a regular red or whatnot balloon. But I got it done, and here I'm showing you how it should look when it's tied together. Let's finish up blowing up our balloons and get this garland started. And this was the hand pump that I was using to inflate my 5-inch balloons. I was exhausted with this. It didn't get as big as it would have if I would have inflated it with my machine. 1 and 2, the amount of time that it took to blow up the small amount of 5-inch balloons that I had was awful. Now it's time to start building the garland. So I have about 4 260s tied together, and I'm wrapping the 260 around the balloon multiple times so that it's secure. Instead of finishing the rest with tying the necks together, I just went ahead and used 260s to save my fingers. And about 20 minutes later, you guys see that the backdrop stand was still up. So I tied that balloon garland that I had built to the backdrop stand with a 260. And from here, I'm going to add to my garland. I tied the 260 around the top of the garland and as well as the bottom to make sure that it was secure. And then the garland was tied to the backdrop stand. Instead of doing all midnight blue with the inside balloon of navy, I switched it up and I did some midnight blue on the outside and then I double stuffed two navies. And you can kind of tell with the balloons that are a little bit more shiny which one is the chrome balloon and which one isn't. At the end of the video, you'll see that I hit the balloons with a little bit of high shine and you'll see the difference that it made. When the balloons are outdoors, they get oxidized and the color goes matte. A little bit of balloon shine will help to keep it shiny for a short period of time. It probably won't last the whole party. This party starts at 3 and it's over around 9. So I'm quite sure that the high shine won't last for 6 hours. All right, and let's finish building this garland. All right, and this was the end result of my balloon garland. The white residue that you saw was the high shine. It just had to dry. And it did definitely help on the balloons a lot. It made it a lot shinier. And the last slide is going to be the balloons after 2 days of being outside. They lasted the entire time, guys. It rained over the weekend. And like I said, that garland was up for 2 days and it's still not one balloon popped. So I definitely recommend that brand of balloons if you're going to have an outside garland. Just look at it. Yes, they're dull, but the balloons are still intact. Again, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Crazy Over Parties. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And thanks again. Until next time, be safe.